training and the whole method, right? So first things first, I want us to really think that what we've learned has been a selling point, right? You've even reading bodybuilding magazines and training blog posts and being raised with a certain way and training should be hard, training should be heavy, all of that thing. But the first thing that we all need to do if we want to reach our bodily goals before the end, before summer, is number one, you got to take care of your water. You got to take care of your water intake. I can't stretch the importance of doing that. I see a lot of you like this right now. It means probably that you're not drinking enough water, and that is completely fine. Shout out to Debbie for raising a cup of water, flexing on the rest of us. This is me drinking a cup of coffee, like an upper class person. Shout out to you also, Loretta. MJ looking very sophisticated, and so do you, Ellen. I like your styles. But when it comes to water, it's very simple. If you drink a lot of water, your body is going to live in an optimal environment for fat loss and muscle gain. But it's not only water that is needed, it's also sodium. And a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot, but some of you here are dealing with like migraine and headache and things of that nature. And sodium is a supplement you should be taking before you even look at aspirin. If you're not, so if you don't want to if you want to stay away from like supplements in general, you want to take a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, squeeze out a lemon, and drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. That is going to at least boost your electrolytes. Because of breathing and because of sweating during the day, there's a lot of water that leaves our body during the night. No, sorry, because of sweating and breathing during the night, there's a lot of water leaving our body. So we need to fill that up, right? So that is the first thing. Make sure that you're drinking a lot of water. And then the question is like, okay, but how much? How much? Like, give me a number. I always say 3 liters. And it's actually because I do honestly believe that the majority of you don't drink 3 liters. So I know that if I say 2 liters, we're going to end up somewhere between 2 and 3 liters, which is awesome. That's exactly where I want you. Somewhere between 2 and 3 liters. With dancing, without dancing, when you're training, when you're not training, whatever the case may be, 2 to 3 liters, somewhere there, aim up, and then we're going to end up somewhere there. That's the first thing. After that, we want to make sure that we are doing the minimum viable win. We're establishing what we call a minimum viable win. What is that for the majority of us? For the majority of us, that should be something that is moving us in the right direction. Could be, for me, it's my minimum viable win is that I do 100 repetitions of something. It could be 50 squats, 50 push-ups, or 50 flutter kicks, 50 jumping jacks. No, not jumping jacks, but like pushing. And I do my morning mobility, all the cars, all the things of that nature that I have the majority of you do to strengthen my joints. Because if I do that, I know I'm going to keep my muscle, and I'm going to make sure that I strengthen my joints, right? I'm in this for the long run. And yesterday I was out running. No, let me take that back. I was running to the bus. And I thought I would blow my ankle off because I made a misstep. Because one of the beautiful things with paradise is that you got to pay attention to where you're running, because every once in a while there is like a hole in the ground that wasn't supposed to be there. So paradise is not only like beautiful, you also got to like pay attention. So it's only positive things over here. There's a little hole in the ground that I wasn't expecting, so I was running and did a misstep, and I felt that, and there was 2 people in front of me, walking in my direction, and both of them do this. That's when I understood. I'm like, oh, okay, got it. Like, this is it. That hurts. That really hurts. But I didn't injure myself. I can definitely feel that. Like, I got some like a little, you know. I don't even know what that's called. Like this pull. But I can still train. I train my legs today. And if I didn't do these cars and joint strengthening that I keep referring to, I promise you, I would have not stayed healthy as I did right now. So understand what's your minimum viable win and make that something that is moving you in the direction that you want. So What come up with some example, guys. Shoot in the chat. What's a minimum viable win for you? Shoot it in the chat. Take 2 minutes or 30 seconds to write it out. What's a minimum viable win? It's like what's the minimum that you have to do during the day to feel that you won the day in your health perspective. It's not, oh my God, I hug my children. It's no, oh my God, I did 50 push-ups or I did morning mobility, perhaps. But we're talking, remember the topic of today, the very specific topic of today is burning minimum viable win is 100 burpees. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a high bar. That is gangster. To shout out to Loretta. I'm gonna keep that in mind when I make your program. The fuck? Like, good job. That's your minimum? Shout out to you. Loretta sent me the best video I've ever seen when it comes to the isometric holds because you're doing the isometric holds, the test that everybody's going, and then from nowhere her son runs into the video, just pushes her. That was really cute. Let me see. 100 burpees. I used to do that during COVID. Loved it. Eat healthy. Try to do in the morning. Let me see here. I just let in somebody whose name was Sahar. Hope you're doing good, Sahar. If you have your camera on, oh, there we go. Welcome, welcome to the team, Champ Lady. Hope you're doing fantastic. Glad to have you here. Uh, 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 um, we are right now here. At least one stretching session in the morning and at night, or a quick full body workout. Eating protein breakfast. I love it. Eat healthy, or at least one activity. That is amazing. So this is again, we're talking about how we can do the right things so we can move in the right direction. And that right direction is making sure that we are dropping body fat and getting to where we want to get. The first thing we talked about is we got to boost our water intake. Body needs to live in an optimal environment. Now we're referring to what we call a minimum viable win. What is one thing that you have to do every day, or that you should do every day, to make sure that you, quote, win the day in your health perspective, right? Then you should have the same thing when it comes to your family health, right? Okay, but what is that? Okay, I gotta eat with my family. That's like a minimum viable win, or at least hug my children every day, or whatever. I don't have children, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but things of that nature. Now, when we are doing the workouts, no, before we get into that, the third thing I want us all to start applying, it's the absolute basics, but I know a lot of us are sleeping on it, and I just call it cut the BS. Just, just cut the BS, guys. Let's cut the bullshit. There is no reason to have fries every day. There's no reason to drink sugar drinks. Like, I want you to remember that when you drink a can of Coke, you are eating, I think it's what, 5 sugar cubes, like, or more? More probably. Like, yeah, I think it's like 8 to 12, some stuff like that, something crazy. But it's not necessary. Because if I gave you 12 sugar cubes to eat them, you would look at me like I'm a madman. Right? Like, nobody would do that. But you have no problem consuming it. And it's like, oh yes, but then starts the bullshit. Then after starts the BS, right? Same thing when it comes to fried food. Oh yes, but BS, 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 right? And I'm not saying that you should never do it. It's not what I'm talking about. Of course, it's carnival in town here, guys. Like in Cape Verde Islands, we're very closely connected to Brazil. We share the same formal language. We share very many of the same traditions, and one of them being carnival. I can guarantee you that I'm drinking alcohol from now till Tuesday. Not every day, but I can guarantee you it's going to be more than one. Let me tell you that much. And it does not mean that I'm drinking, oh, I'm taking rum and Coke and then Pepsi Cola and Fanta, and I'm drinking all of this. And then we take some other sugar and then some snack. And it's like, if we're drinking, we're drinking. But you can still be smart about it. You can still be responsible about it, right? Don't need to go alcohol, soft drinks, junk food in the by the end, right? Sleeping too little and then repeating the whole thing the morning after because I feel like shit. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is to enjoy it as you can, as we all are. And we're looking at the 80% of the 20, or the 20% of the 80, right? Um, Let me just answer this straight away. Let me say, um, mm, I see some things are popping up here. Um, Barbara is asking, what about Coke Zero? Shall we try to limit it? I say try to limit it. Try to limit it. Try to limit that thing. Even if there is no sugar, sure, but the sweetener, I have never seen any scientific research backing up that that is actually good for you. Could definitely be wrong here, but I definitely just stay away from it. Ines is saying, my friend would put coconut water in his alcohol, kept him hydrated and prevented hangovers. That is a gangster move. That is something I rather recommend. Alcohol with coconut water. um, but yeah, just do your absolute best to just cut the BS, guys. Cut the BS. There's a lot of guys and people hopping in later. Diane, Sahara, Barbara, Fatima also jumped. Nice, really good. My whole point is just to cut the BS. Like you know what's right. You're a grown-up person. All of us. Nobody's surprised. Like, oh, it's not healthy to eat French fries in the middle of the night. I didn't know that. Yes, you did. Oh, I shouldn't have cake with Coca-Cola. Yes, you knew. You knew that. That was not. That was not something new. You knew that, right? So cut the bullshit. As long as you start to yes, but should I perhaps also then as long as that next thing after, if that's the thing, just cut it. If you need to ask like, is this bad for me? Then the answer is yes. Should I stay away from this? Yes. Because again, we are now talking about how we can reach tip top shape and lose the stubborn body fat before summer, right? We're not talking about, okay, but how can we improve your lifestyle changes? We're talking about how can we really, really make sure that we reach where we want to reach before summer? That's what we're talking about, right? Um, any questions on this so far? Are we all good? We're all good. Nice. Uh, cool. So coming up next, we need a lot of things. When I see people, or when I see some of you guys send me training videos, it kind of looks like this. This is how some of you send me training videos. It looks like this. It's like this is like a squat. It's like this. And it's okay. It's a great start. It's a great starting point. It's a great starting point. But then when you send me dance videos, you're like this. So much energy. So much energy. So you want to train to the same intensity as you're dancing. You want to train at the same intensity as you're dancing. And when you're dancing, a lot of you are putting in a maximum mental effort. So every repetition you do, you should try to do that repetition to the maximum mental effort, especially when you're doing dance specific training. Because in dance specific training, we're doing a training principle that is called HIIT, HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, which is one of the few scientifically proven training methods that helps us to burn fat and build muscles at the same time, which is why I'm so focused on it. With that being said, it's not going to work if you don't put in, again, maximum mental effort. Let me show you one more time here. So just to make my point very, very clear. See here. There we go. Here. You can see me now, right? Yeah. Oh, look at me, just casually wearing flip-flops on a Thursday. Why? Why? Because I live in paradise. The same paradise that I'm inviting all of you to for next year to the Be Fit and Sensual in Cabo Verde. Don't worry about it. So this is not maximum. This is not what I want you to do. Not what I want you to do. I want you to do this.
More energy. That's what we want. More energy, more focus into what you're doing.
I'm giving a
Give your best.
100% on each repetition to really make sure that I'm again maximum mental effort. So every repetition counts. It's such an important concept. Every repetition. So have that echoing in your mind when you're going into your next workout. It's like, okay, you're laying on the bench, maybe you're gonna do bench press, you're gonna do push-ups. It's like maximum mental effort. Am I mentally here? Right? Mind to muscle connection. Give me some thumbs up or nod your head aggressively if this is making sense. Nice. Diane, Barbara, the people, Sahar, you guys good? This is making sense. Barbara's giving a thumbs up. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's beautiful. And the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that we want to make sure that the little time, because we went from 2 hours, doing like traditional bodybuilder training, 2 hours, squeezing it down to less than 30 minutes, but we want the same results, right? Then those half-ass repetitions won't work. I promise you. You're not going to get the reap the rewards, right? It's very easy for me to do 100 push-ups. I honestly think I can do 100 push-ups without. No, I'm joking. I can do 100. I can do maybe 50 without stopping. If I just bounce, just go for it. But if I really make sure to squeeze my muscles and do a slow, controlled, 100% mental focus, maybe 10. Maybe I can do 10, right? So make sure to get the most out of the little time that you go. Leave your phone, put that thing on silent, leave it in the other room. The only thing you want you to do, prepare your playlist. I don't even like to have to search for songs while I'm at the gym. Like I'm here to train. Leave me alone. Or when I'm training at home. 100% maximum effort. Next thing, we talked about water, daily repetitions, minimum viable win, cut the BS, maximum mental effort. The next thing is that I promise you, whatever program you're doing right now, if you add 5 to 10 minutes of an additional high intensity interval training, that specific style, I promise you, no matter what you are, no matter your current fitness level, I promise you, you're gonna get even more out of it. No matter what you're doing right now. Even if you're doing like 5 days gym as I am doing, or 5 days weight training as I'm doing, if I did 10 minutes of HIIT training, that specific every day, I will look like not a completely different person, but I will be way, way, way better shape than I am right now by the beginning of the summer. It is inevitable. And the, the thing is what? If some of us download, because then it's like, oh no, but I don't have time. I mean, take up your phone. If I said that and you told yourself you don't have time, I dare you to pick up your phone. If you have an iPhone, swipe to the right, and then you scroll down a little bit, and let's see how much time you spent on social media today. I dare you. I dare you to do that. Um, and it's like, what is Loretta saying? He's saying, I'm sorry I laughed so hard. Someone handed me a grilled chicken on a stick out of nowhere while we're talking about cutting the bullshit. Yeah. It's like, ah, it's nice. I don't know where you are in the world, but hey, free chicken is free chicken. You just stay on top of your game, Loretta. I don't know what's up, but but because even when it comes to a lot of times we give like internal challenges. And sometimes it's just like, okay, but you're gonna do, yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, like I don't have time. Yes, you do. You don't have the right attitude, however. Don't tell me you don't have time. Don't tell me you don't have time. You sound like somebody that I'm trying to take on a date they're telling me they don't have time. You do have time. You just don't want to go on a date with me. That's cool. Just tell me that you don't want to go on a date with me. You know, not trying to point any fingers. This is absolutely not an example out of my normal life. It's absolutely not that. Don't worry about it. All right, everybody, you do have time. It's just 5 minutes. So find a way. Find a way and or create the time. Right? You're sounding like a person that don't want to text me back right now, and it's getting real frustrated. I can do that once. I can slide in your DM once. Maybe I slide in your DM 2 times, but I don't do that 3 times unless you are very, very pretty, and I might try a third time. But then I'm out. Then I'm out. All right. I think what I'm saying is making sense. That whatever you are doing, let's say you really want to, you say you already are part of our movement, and you've been here for a minute, you already have your program. I promise, if you start adding 5 minutes of ab exercises every day, by May, June, you are going to see a significant difference. If you do 5 minute hit training abs, and that is nothing. That is nothing, nothing. Do it in the morning. When we started doing, so me and David, we do 100 repetitions every day like it's religion. Squats, push-ups, whatever it is. In the beginning, I'm like, wow, it's going to take a lot of time. It, I do it in less than 3 minutes right now. It's like, it takes no time. It takes no time at all. It's like, it's just got to get done. It's just got to get done. All right? After that, and this is the most important, if there's only one thing I want you to take away from today, is this, what I'm about to say right now, and that is that get a support system. You don't rise to the level of your ambitions. You fall to the levels of your systems. Because all of us have big ambitions. I want to do this, I want to look like that, I want to dance on these stages, win this competition, be this type of dancer. But there is no systems in place, right? So a system can be something as simple as like public accountability. Before it was mandatory in our team, or our dance specific training team rather, it was mandatory to post an accountability selfie in the group, in our group chat. I think Debbie remembers this. It was mandatory for all of our students to post, once they've done the workout, to post an accountability selfie in the group chat. I don't remember what happened for us to stop doing that, but what ended up happening after a while is like, okay, but where is this person? We haven't seen any photos of Roshni in 2 weeks. Where's she? And then people started asking, where is this person? Where are you? Tagging it. Why? Public accountability. David was home. My cousin is here in Cape Verde, so it was the three of us. He's also another guy, a dude. Uh, David is doing his 100 push-ups. I thought I was gonna rest this day, so I said, "Yeah, fuck that." But now my cousin is also doing it. Now I see my cousin. Now I come out to the bathroom, and now my cousin is also doing push-ups. Push-up a day. It's like, here we go. God damn it! Now I gotta do push-ups. You know, public accountability. So that's part of a support system that I have and for you guys, you have that support system, and you're looking at it. It's me. It's the fellows in the group. Reach out, talk, use the group, hack the movement. Make sure you have a support system. And if you are not part of this support system, uh, David, shoot a message to Sahar, Diane, Fatima. Make sure that they are good and that they have a support system. If you really want to get this to the next level and get a team, it is fundamental that you have a systems in place. Not only support system, but systems. How do you make as little friction as possible between you and what you want, and how do you add as much friction as possible between you and what you don't want? So as little friction as possible is like, whenever I go to bed, I make sure that outside of my room or right next to my bed, depending on where we are or how the Airbnb looks, because we are travelers, so we move around a lot. I make sure that I have a yoga mat on the ground. It should always be there. Why? Because I can just struggle myself out of bed. This is how it looks when I get out of bed. And then I can just roll over right down to the yoga mat and then slowly but surely start my morning movement. But if it's not there, I gotta find a yoga mat. Like, what's happening? Like, I gotta think. It's like, ugh. All of a sudden, I'm drinking coffee first thing in the morning. Like next thing I know, we are we're spiraling in the wrong direction. So that's how I create as little friction as possible. I have my workout clothes right there. I know what I'm gonna wear. I don't need to think about it. Training list. Already have a workout playlist on my phone. Push, play, workout. Go. After that, we have how do we add friction? I don't allow people I live with to bring home sweets. Like, forget it. I have zero discipline with sweets in my home. Can't have it. Can't have it. It's almost becomes like obsessing over it. It's like I gotta eat it, I gotta eat it, I gotta eat it. That's like fuck it, I'm eating it. Like, no, forget it. Like we celebrated David the other week here home, and in Cape Verde they have like these huge cakes for some reason. Like the smallest cake is just crazy. Um, take it out of my house. We have it here until you guys leave, but that shit is not here tomorrow morning. Because if it is, I'm gonna have cake first thing in the morning. Like, no, don't have it. If I buy a chocolate, I buy one Snickers and that's it. So I create friction by not having it at home. Is that making sense? Because to me it makes hella sense and it's super, super important. We want to make sure that it's easy to do what we want and hard to do what we don't want. Let me see here. I saw some questions popping up. What about that we can't do the work exercises right as soon as we wake up? Is it to later? Yes, of course. Of course, of course. It's 100% okay to do it later. It's a lot of people ask me, it's like, well, when is the best time to train? I mean, the best time to train is the time you do it. That's the best time. The best time to train is at the best time is the when you're doing it. Whether that is in the morning or in the afternoon, completely up to you. I think that it takes me, look at this. Okay, shout out to that water. For me, it takes way more discipline and effort to train in the afternoon. So I just make sure to not do it. I always train in the morning. That's way easier for me. That's just me. But if you can't because of life or you have children and like I don't have children, so I can't relate. But then just do it when you left them at school. Just do that. Sounds great to me. Whenever you can do it, that's the best time to train. Support system and team. We do daily we do daily, weekly check-ins with each and every single one of you. We do at least monthly calls from me, from David. We're hiring more trainers. We're also going to get a student manager. If you don't succeed, it is for something is happening. It's like, what is going on right now? Is this not what you want? And we might need to dig a little bit deeper into really make sure that we are addressing the right goals. And we are also setting up new system during these next couple of months or weeks rather, in order for us to make sure that we're tracking your progress even more. Use it. Use it. Don't sit and wait for me to call you when we have a call. You and I have a call. I don't have a call with you. We have a call. And then I'm not perfect. I might miss or, look at the wrong time, or I have a lot of woods in the fire, as we say in Sweden. Call me. Call me. Like, we have a call. You can call me also. You have my WhatsApp number. It's right there. So together we are working on you. In order for us to work on you, I need you to communicate with me, so I actually know how to train you and how to assist you in the right way, right? After that, there's three things left. Get your protein up. Just get your protein up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're eating right now. Can almost guarantee you, with exception to MJ, that you're eating too little protein. Can almost guarantee you that shit. There is studies done by just increasing protein without adding any training. People actually start to put on more muscles and burn fat. And that is just by eating more of the things that you actually like, which is like chicken, fish, beef, steak, like the things that you actually like, right? So more protein. whatever it is. If you want to burn fat and put on muscles at the same time, you gotta be on a high protein diet. There's no way, no other way around it, as far as I know. Very simple. I don't need to over-explain it. More protein. Doesn't matter what you eat right now. Any questions on this? Or we good? More protein. I just remember I have 2 scoops of protein right here that I should definitely start consuming. Any questions? Nada, nada. Fantastic. Is this valuable? Is this makes sense? Good reminders, new knowledge. Good. After that, it's the given one. I say it all the time. I can't stress the importance, but this is more important than you dropping in body fat, and that is that you start strengthening your joints. It's not if, it's when you are going to injure yourself if you don't do that. I promise you, I would have sprained the life out of my ankle this morning if I didn't already do these things that I do every day. I don't sleep on it. I do not sleep on it. Make sure to do your CARS. CARS stands for controlled articular rotations, which is something I am practicing like it is my religion. I got introduced by this by a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and mobility expert, and I mean expert by every definition of the word, whose name is Akil. Incredible human. He's the one who taught me this. And before I came to Cape Verde, I could barely squat. I say this all the time, but I've had 2 knee surgeries. I had 3 different doctors before I was 28 years old, telling me I could never squat again and that I should stop dancing. I'm 33 today, and thanks to Akil, I can now deep squat 140 kilos, and I do truly mean deep squat. I mean, I sit in the bottom as far as I can, and I squat up 140 kilos, which is something that I never ever thought or even imagined I could do. And that is because I'm so focused on strengthening my joints and doing mobility practices. So make sure to do your CARs. If you don't have CARs assigned to you, shoot me a message and we'll make sure to get you on that also. Super important. Especially if you're really about this life that you wanna, if you talk about longevity, again, when you're at the age of Christ, as they like to remind you here in Cape Verde, you age becomes a real thing. So I'm planning on dancing for an addition. I'm planning on dancing until the day before I die. So if that's gonna happen, I need strong joints. Spoke with a good friend of mine the other day, whose grandmother I knew, and she said what you always hear is like she was all healthy, everything was good, she was getting slower, but then she fell and she broke her hip, and that is how it goes. And then as a result of that, she was in bed for 4 years, right? And then slowly but surely losing her life. Versus if you have, for example, David's grandmother who hits the gym still. It's David is the first, trains the most in his family, and then after that is his grandmother. And she also fell the other week and hit her head in somewhere. But good, brushed it off. I'm not saying that the gym saved her, but I am definitely saying that strength training helped her. I am definitely saying that. And I want to be there, and I don't want to dance alone. I would really like if all of you guys were there dancing with me the day before I die. So let's just make sure that we're strengthening our joints, okay? After that, which is the last one, and probably the most important one, which is why all of us applauded or gave Ines applause, and that is sleep. Sleep, sleep, and sleep. You don't build muscles at the gym. You don't build muscles while you are training. You are breaking down the muscles while you are training, and then while you are recovering, that's when the muscles build. And that happens when you are sleeping. So whether you are a 7 hour sleeper, or maybe you are a 9 hour sleeper, or you are a 6 hour sleepers, don't judge yourself because it's absolutely crazy, and I would like to argue idiotic, to even judge yourself by the amount of hours that your body needs to rest. But sleep, and if you need to take naps. One of the worst things I know about being on the road is that I can't nap on because we're out on in the city, right? So when we're working at home, I take naps every day for sure. If we have a place and with a solid internet and we can work from home, I nap every day for sure. It's harder here. Um, I mean, of course, I could take a nap at the restaurant, but I mean, if that's an excuse for not napping, I mean, then I mean, so be it, right? And that is it, guys. That is it. In reversed order, we spoke about the sleeping, the importance of sleeping. Take naps. If you don't nap, if you're saying you can't nap, use that as a moment to just rest your eyes. It's awesome. Don't worry about it. After that, we are strengthening our joints. We're doing CARS, CARS. After that, we are making sure that we have our protein on top. Uh, After that, we make sure that we have support systems. We have a team. We don't rise to the level of our. What's up, Sophie? Hope you're doing good. You're joining the. You're joining the recap before we close things off. Sorry about that, but hope you're doing good. Um, you don't rise to the level of your ambitions, you fall to the levels of your standards. So it's so important that you have a support system that are there to support you to get to that next level. I can't stretch the importance of having that. People that hold you accountable, friends. If people are, don't invite people on your journey that are not there to support you. It's one of two things. They're either helping you or shitting on you. There's nowhere in between. Like there's no, it's a very binary choice. You're either my supporter or you are on the other team. Only spend time with supporters. Only share your goals with supporters. Everybody that yes, but no, but I don't think. Don't share with those people. I'm not saying cut them because there are very uh, many dynamics to life, but spend time with people that you like and support you. What's happening? Like get the team, get the coach, like have people around you to support you, which is obviously what the majority of you guys have because a lot of you are in our inner circle. Again, if you're not in our inner circle, send David a message and let's get on a call and see if we can join. What are we doing? Um, After that, we also talked about whatever you're doing right now, no matter how hard you're training, even if you're a 5 to 6 times per week training person like I am, or you might be a 2 times per week, doesn't matter, don't judge it. But I promise you, if you added 5 minutes, as little as 5 minutes of that specific training, the hit version of what we're doing per day, I promise you that you are going to be seeing significant results, 100% before summer. Again, we're counting summer starting in June here. So make sure to have what we refer to as a minimum viable win. What is the minimum thing you do every day that is moving you in the right direction? For me, once again, it's 100 repetitions of something. Could be squats, could be push-ups, could be sit-ups, whatever. And daily mobility, the cars that I keep referring to. After that, we talked about maximum mental effort for each workout. Be there, be present. You all know the difference between having a dancing when you are not really there, you're thinking about life, or you are dancing with someone and then they are not even looking at you. They're just like, okay, like talking to someone. The majority of us have danced with that artist, right? That artist that is like talking to someone over there while dancing with us. They're like, there's no worse feeling. There's no worse feeling. But that is you sometimes with yourself when you're training. You're training, but you're on your phone. You are training, but you are like half doing the repetitions. Make sure that every repetitions you give 100% maximum mental effort. I want you to really make sure to get that expression. After that, it's really time to cut the BS. You know sugar is not good for you. You know soda is not good for you. You know fried food is not good for you. No, but. Yes, but could I? No. No, but what about no? I stopped smoking. I stopped vaping instead. No, it is not better. Oh, yes, but no. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. That does not mean that it's not a space and time for having cake. If you're on a birthday, come on, get some cake. What are you doing, girl? But don't bring cake home. It's like, no. You can, of course, have cake. What are you talking about? I'm going to have cake tomorrow. We have a friend, we're celebrating a friend's birthday. I'm going to drink Monday because it's carnival on Monday. But I'm not gonna bring it home. I'm not gonna take cake on on Friday, bring home cake so I can eat it on Saturday, drink a glass of wine on Saturday, then have some fries on Sunday, and then drink it once again on Monday. It's like, come on, guys, what are we doing? Like, cut the BS. You know what? You know when you're overdoing it. Like all of us do. All of us do. And then the last thing is, of course, boost your water intake. Boost your water intake. Boost your water intake. Whatever you're drinking right now, you should probably drink more. If you, I promise you, if there's two things you do, three things. If you boost your water intake, if you boost your protein, and you do 5 minutes of HIIT training every day, I guarantee you're going to see results. I guarantee you. No matter what you're doing right now, doesn't matter. You are going to see results, yes or yes. If you don't trust me, just do it. And if you're doing it and you're proving that you're doing it, this is how confident I am in these things. If you do it and you document it and you can prove that you've done it, and you do it until June and nothing changed, your health didn't change, your mood didn't change, your weight, your scale didn't drop, I promise you're training for free. Like 100%. Like something is wrong. You need help. Something is going on with your body. I promise you. So I would do it for free now. That's how confident I am that those three things work. That's how confident I am those three things work. Let me read the comments here. What do we got? Okay, let me see here. Diane is saying 100% agree with all of the advice. That's what got me off my butt in January. Proud of you. Give her a round of applause. Let's give Diane a round of applause. She's saying, what do you think about the one rep max style of strength training? I hate that I love it. Let's say it like that. I hate that I love it. It's one of the most fun ways of training because you feel so strong. And it's such a clear way of measuring your progress. So it's very easy to fall in love with it. It becomes gamified. So it's really just like, okay, but how strong is my one rep max, right? So I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of that type of training styles in the past, but it is a recipe for getting injuries. Because the only time you are going to stop is when you get injured. So I had this whole thing when I wanted to become really, really strong in deadlifts. Do 160, super nice. 170, I work my way up. A whole thing. Took forever to do these type of training sessions. All of a sudden, I'm at 200 kilos. Bam, 200 kilos. I'm the strongest in my. I think my great grandfather was stronger, but by on numbers at least, as far as we know, I'm the strongest in my family. I'm the strongest in my family that's ever lived, as far as we know. I'm pretty sure my great grandfather was stronger, but um, at 200 kilos, I get to stop, and I'm like, okay, but what am I doing? Like, where am I going? Like, what is going to stop me from this train? Because I think it's really fun. An injury is going to stop me. That's it. So I don't recommend it, unfortunately. But it's really, really fun. I don't recommend it at all. That does not mean that I won't go back to that very soon. So, like I said, I hate that I love it. Um, so there are many other different ways of getting that, right? So if I would much rather have you do like a one rep max with super slow sets, for example. So that means that you're doing, let's say you're doing squats, you do 5 seconds slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You stop. 1, 2, then you go up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I would much rather have you do that because it's way more time under tension. And as a result of that, you can't put on as much weight, and it's going to be way less risk of injuries and way less pressure on your joints. But again, it's really fun. It's really, really fun to train like that. Do we have any other? Just shoot in the chat, guys. If you have any questions, now's the time to unmute yourself and ask them. It could be about basically any topic. And if not, I would love to know, what did you learn in this webinar? I learned about snowshoeing. That's what I learned about. If anybody in my team could reach out to Sophie, we could actually send this webinar to her. Since she's really just, Sophie just joined when I'm really doing a resume of everything. So like this, she can actually see it also. Where are you from, Sophie?
Hey.
Here we go. Now we hear you.
I'm from the UK.
Okay, nice. Whereabouts?
Yeah. I'm in Cheshire, so about
Okay.
1 hour south of Manchester in the countryside.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it was you David talked to just now, right?
Exactly. And
Nice.
then I was on a client call and then I just saw the message, like join the webinar, and I was like, oh, fantastic. So I just saw it.
Nice. Winner. Winner, 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 winner. That's awesome. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm loving it.
Ines is saying it was a lot of good reminders how important it is to have a good support system. Roshan is saying cut the BS and get a support system. Guys, use the groups. Use the groups. Use the groups. I can't stretch it. It's like I keep saying that dance specific training is a movement. It's not my movement. I just happen to be the host. You know, sometimes we all been to your aunt. She throws a barbecue. It's not her barbecue. It's the family barbecue. It just happens to be at your aunt's house. You know, it's the same thing here. But you got to take your responsibility, because if you keep coming to your aunt week after week, you never bring nothing. At some point, the family is going to call you out, right? But when it's a barbecue, somebody brings the chicken, somebody brings some sauce, another person buys soda, somebody's desserts. This is you guys. Everybody gets something. Bring something to the table. This is how we as a community get the most out of this together. This is not my movement. I just happen to be the person that is on the mic. Need 5-minute hits training, especially on non-training days. Amazing. Amazing. A lot of valuable insights, guys. Give yourself a round of applause. Familia, before we wrap things up here, I just want to say again, I do my best to keep this within an hour. I can talk forever. Make no mistake about that. But today I actually have a coaching call coming up. Thank you for being super understanding, and when it's like we're bringing you to tier, we're doing our absolute best to be on top of your game, so you are staying accountable, so you get the results. We work a lot, and some things might slip between the shares, and when that do, it's really just as simple as letting us know, right? It's really that simple. There's no reason to sit at home being irritated over a message that I might not have answered. It's really just, hey, coach, like just reminding you that I wrote something like a day ago, and then that's it, right? I really appreciate you for guys for that, and really for being a big part of my life. This is something I'm very grateful for, working with something or created a work for myself that I really, really love. And I couldn't do this without you guys, obviously, because it's you that I work with. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Guys, we're going to round things up. I'm going to say bye, dancers. You're going to say for dancers. I am going to post this on social media so everybody know. And I would just appreciate if more people could turn on the camera. So like this, there's actually more, for our social media, so we can actually, lurk in more people to our movement. And if you don't want to show yourself, just put your camera on and put it up to the sky. Shout out to Diane for putting the camera on. Come on, girl, what are we doing? Come on, guys, it's time to unmute yourself. Everybody, unmute yourself. I'm gonna talk a little bit, then I'm gonna say bye, dancer, and then in unison we're gonna try to say 4 dancers. Say it loud, wave really excited into the camera, so the people at home really understand how awesome this thing was. So we can again lurk them in, and we can help more people and do this more thing. All right, guys, here we go. Bye. Hi, Tomilia. Thank you so much for today. It's been an incredible webinar. We talked a lot of good stuff. That did not work. I apologize. I apologize. Let me try that again. I'm usually.
But you're one take.
I'm usually a one take type of guy. I usually am. I usually do things in one take, but today I felt the pressure. Here we go. Once again. Bam. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I truly, truly appreciate each and every single one of you. We do this thing weekly. So if anybody at home want to join us, you guys are super welcome. Remember, as always, bye, dancers.
4 dancers.
Let's go. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you soon. Ciao. Ciao,
guys.
Ciao. Take care. Boom. Peace. That's it. Ciao, Pascal.